Hi, my name is Kimberly Diamonti, and today I'm going to be looking at Donald Trump and his relationships with women. In this video, I'm going to use lesbian feminist theory and specifically concepts of heterosexuality as an institution to examine the erratic, offensive, and confusing behavior of President Donald Trump. Lesbian feminism is a powerful framework for understanding Trump's actions towards women because it focuses on heterosexuality being the root of all women's oppression, and the ways in which a woman is chastised and considered less than for stepping out of her feminine role. To illustrate the usefulness of using lesbian feminist theory to understand the actions of the president, I will look at his two most public female relationships and discuss how his treatment towards Hillary Clinton and his wife Melania Trump have different heteropatriarchal structures at play that are highlighted in lesbian feminist theory. So lesbian feminism emerged in the late 20th century when the gay rights and the women's movement kind of joined forces. Lesbian feminists encourage women to direct their energy to other women rather than to men. And they use same-sex relationships to bring together all women and point out systematic inequalities and disparities in heterosexual relationships and a heteropatriarchal society, especially one that doesn't leave room for women to become autonomous. So lesbian feminism gives an alternative way to think about gender and the types of power and challenges each gender holds. So I'm going to be looking at two different aspects of this, and the first one is going to be found in our notes, stated, male supremacy, sexism, and heterosexuality are the roots of women's oppression. So basically this means that male-dominated relationships are largely why women face so much oppression, and that the concept of heterosexuality is an extension of the idea that a woman needs a man in order to be a true woman. Trump's relationship with his wife Melania demonstrates how toxic the concept of heterosexuality can be. He is fully autonomous from her, while she needs him to fulfill society's criteria for a real woman. His relationship with Melania is a microcosm for how he views women as a whole. He treats her as a subservient and a prop. I'm going to show a video of Trump and Melania dancing together after he had been sworn in, and just watch the body language.
I've lived a life that's full.
So in that video, you can tell Melania looks uncomfortable. I mean, she practically looks she's in pain. So Susan Constantine, she's trained U.S. government departments and top lawyers, she's a body language expert. She states that Melania is merely an object to Trump, and she says she doesn't see any warmth or true love and compassion in that relationship whatsoever. Patty Wood, who's another body language specialist, follows up by saying that there was a stark imbalance in their relationship. And you could see Trump was pulling her in, especially the pelvis area, and kind of staring at her while she was leaning backwards, kind of looking away, not trying to connect with him. So this is a great example of what a lesbian feminist would view as an effect of institutional heterosexuality on both men and women, because of the roles that women were supposed to play in heterosexual relationships. Melania dances with him regardless of how she feels, and for the same reason, Trump doesn't worry about how she feels. To him, he's just fulfilling her duty. So the second aspect I'm going to look at is the unwomanliness of stepping out of a subjugate role in society, or how when a woman challenges her heteropatriarchal role, she is no longer viewed as is good of or as complete of a woman, because by stepping out of a subjugate role, she threatens male dominance. In Radical Lesbians, the woman-identified woman, it states, lesbian is a word, the label, the condition that holds women in line. When a woman hears this word tossed her way, she knows she is stepping out of line. She knows that she has crossed the terrible boundary of her sex role. She recoils, she protests, she reshapes her actions to gain approval. Lesbian is a label invented by the man to throw at women who dare to be his equal, who dare to challenge his prerogatives, who dare to assert their primacy of their own needs. This implies that if you're not playing your sexually assigned role, then you're not truly a man or truly a woman. So the kind of in-between categories that they've given us are a dyke or a faggot. But In Hillary Clinton's case, it was a very nasty woman. I'm going to show this clip from October 3rd. It was during a debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. And Hillary is asked about her views on some Social Security
and that
issues.
will come from either raising the cap and record as saying that we need to put more money into the Social Security Trust Fund. That's part of my commitment to raise taxes on the wealthy. My Social Security payroll contribution will go up, as will Donald's, assuming he can't figure out how to get out of it. But what we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund by making sure that we have sufficient.
Hillary Clinton is the perfect example of the type of woman that so greatly offends people like Donald Trump. She is independent and extremely intellectual. She gives women something to look up to and aspire to be. She very much deviates from the meek and helpless archetype and helps break down heteropatriarchal structures in place. In conclusion, the framework that lesbian feminists provide can easily be applied to Donald Trump's presidency and all that came with it. Lesbian feminism focuses on women being liberated, not only socially, but sexually, because heterosexuality is the root of all oppression for women. In heterosexual relationships, there is an understood power dynamic at play that gives the male more dominance and control, and that is what lesbian feminism is working against. We can see this through Trump's relationship with his wife Melania and how he treated Ms. Hillary Clinton, that most of the issues men have with women are based in fear of inadequacy and potential loss of dominance. Thank you.